But Black Swan though, the way that BigHit said titties out, oh my god, it was crazy. Hey guys, it's Taku. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. It is the morning right after the first day of the Map of the Soul 1 concert, and guys, it was so good. It was so good. It was like just as good as you would have hoped. That's like the long and short of it if you were just here for that. But I did want to sort of log this video, just kind of some thoughts and reflections on everything that I saw. There's going to be spoilers in it, obviously, so if you are going to go to day 2 or if you are going to watch the concert rerun, definitely stop here because I'm going to talk about every single track that they did just very briefly, and I'm so excited. Okay, I have my notes and I have my army bomb, so let's get to it. Okay, so the concert opened up with an on MV like styled. It was like kind of animated, and then it shifted to more of like their movie style footage. It was definitely older because of the like the dyed hair. It was from like On era. But yeah, it was really neat, and from that, and I'm going to be glancing at some notes that I took about the concert, so yeah, if I keep looking down, that's why. But they had this on MV intro, and then the curtain parted, and it revealed like an actual wall stage. So if you remember the on MV, there's like a wall that they are all walking towards or like trying to get out of, and they had an actual like wall as part of the set. And past the wall was sort of the hill that you see at the very end of the MV, and that was where the members all came down out of. And oh my god, they had like black glitter outfits, and I totally called On being the first track. I knew it was going to be probably like Idol era, where they were going to start with On, and then from there everything was just going to go crazy. So yeah, I got that kind of right. Next they had this remix of No, and which I mean obviously is like titular, like the reverse of On, and from what I remember, just Hobie and RM just ate the song up. It was so good. And then we had We Are Bulletproof Part 2, and it was a remix of the old one. There was a big dance intro, which was super good, and then it had rapper JK. He was back, and guys, rapper JK is like my favorite JK. Then we had some One trailer footage. This was like representing the actual era. It was a lot of what you saw from the One trailer, but it was just kind of really extended. And then it was so good. And then we have intro Persona. They actually did Persona, and he got up there, RM got up there in front of an actual podium, and it was like my president, honestly, my president. This stage was definitely for RM, not Namjoon, and I really like the way that they're playing off of the Persona value of it, and it's a perfect touchstone for this era of soul searching. And oh my god, the microphone, guys, when he let go of it, it was literally on fire. After this, they did Boy in Love, and V growled way too much, and Jungkook was being a kid, and they had a burning school stage set, and it was so cool. What an awesome throwback. And then they all wore school uniforms, and then this led us to our introduction. So it'd been about 15 minutes at this point, and I think a good phrase for this is "It's been a while." I think every member opened up their speech with "It's been a while," and it really has. It's been like a year and a half since like the Love Yourself tour, so yeah, it's been a minute. And then after this, they did a remix of Dionysus, and oh my god, Jin's low voice, the drip, and Namjoon, it was perfect. After this, we had our first MV, which was sort of our transition, and it led us, oh my god, it led us to Interlude Shadow. It was pretty much just like the MV, but like a live version of it. So they had like the cloth walls and the grid floor, and I mean a lot of like the costuming felt the same. I totally called the costume change though, like towards the end of it, I totally called it. After this, oh my god, they had Black Swan. So what they did is Suga came at the very end of his solo, and everyone was like crowded around him, and then bam, suddenly all the members were there for Black Swan, and it was so good. But Black Swan though, the way that BigHit said titties out, oh my god, it was crazy. They had this really cool underwater background. I think it represents, you know, the ocean floor that is mentioned in the song, but they all had really sheer clothing, or you know, just kind of like partly exposed. So yeah, look forward to that. It is always so good to hear this beat again. I love Black Swan so much. And then I think my favorite part about it though was how Jimin like practiced part of the art film, and I thought it was gonna be a transition to filter, and I think that's what a lot of people were thinking, but because it was like so beautifully distressed, and it's pained, and it's like elegiac, and then all the strings, the Black Swan art film strings are so good. There's really neat series of digital effects that lead to an actual MV, and that MV takes us to UG, and I don't think anyone was expecting that. I really thought that we were gonna get Filter right after Interlude Shadow, but no, we got UG, and they were in a boxing ring, and J-Hope, and oh my god, J-Hope, and then RM had this cheetah print like kind of like the boxing jacket on, and it was just so good, guys. It's iconic now. After this, we did not have Filter again. Instead, we had 0 o'clock because Big Hit says they're gonna hold you in suspense, and it was so dreamy. I had written that it was like you can see the army bombs in the chairs. If anyone saw all like the teaser images of like people having the army bombs like taped or whatever to the chairs, but you can see those for the first time. All the members wore white, and they had a big timer in the background that you could see, so I thought that was really cool because it's like 0 o'clock, so it would like count down or count up. And oh my god, songs like 0 o'clock, guys, this is why you like buy the army bomb, because just waving it slowly to these anthems, it's so good. And this was the softest Seokjini in the entire thing, I swear. Also, the chorus had choreo. Oh my god, 0 o'clock has choreo. Okay, after this there was another transition. It had like a second movie, so this was a different style. This then led us to all of the solos. So like in the MV, you saw that like Jin was the moon, and he was like standing in this really cool like temple type thing in the clouds. There was a storm that was kind of brewing, and I think that represents like the distance between Jin and ARMY. There was a lot of Jimin reflecting on past concerts. He had a bunch of like TV monitors in front of him. I thought that was so neat. And if you peep the background, he's actually in a practice room because of the dance floor. There's lots of weird AR stuff going on with V. I'm not going to spoil any of that. It's already so hard to like wrap my head around. But then Jungkook is in a room full of clocks for My Time, and yeah, it's just the details, guys, the details. After this, we do get My Time, and the power of the spotlight. It was so good. There's really cool clock projections, and the background dancers for this, it was nuts. We got Filter, and finally we got Filter. They held on to this for so long. I think they could have done a little bit more with the lighting, I'm not gonna lie, but this was the most sick choreo out of all of the solos, guys. This was so good. There's a part where you can be my genie or my Aladdin, and they like raised Jimin up or they like tipped him over. Oh, it was so cool. But yes, the red outfit change at the very end left me absolutely dead. Filter was worth the wait. It was so good. Then we have Jin, my biased Jin, and oh my god, he was literally in space, guys. He was in space, and he was standing on top of a moon that actually like spun around, and it was so sweet, and it was so fluffy, and there was actually choreo when he walks down off the moon. They have a choreo part for him, and it's just nice to be able to like actually officially dance to moon. His backup mic was also really loud, so when he started harmonizing with himself during like the middle end and final half of it, I was like, oh, this is so worth it now, because he was literally singing with himself. But yeah, the Spire of Planets, the AR effects, it's just crazy. It's nuts. Guys, this is truly a one-of-a-kind concert. After this, we did have Inner Child, which featured a sort of like child actor acting as like younger V, and they spun around on a carousel, and it was just super sweet. It was really endearing. It's a simple yet very powerful set. Okay, after this, we had the transition. It was movie 3, and it was the last of the 3 movies. This then led us to Ego and Hobie Energy. He was in cars that actually drove him kind of like in like a parade of sorts, and that was so cool. Like Suga Shadow, there are references to his MV all over the place. So yeah, Hope World at the very end was definitely worth seeing again, and yeah, Hobie choreography is always awesome. After this, we got the Boy With Love Gay Club remix, and the umbrellas are back. Yes, of course they are back, and I think that's the funniest thing. They also had a really nice throwback to Persona era with the actual like the original set at the very end, and that is, you know, some of the things that you can do with the neat AR technology that they were displaying. You can do things like that, and I thought it was awesome. We had then a quick break and a small talk with ARMY as they caught their breath, and then we had DNA, and it was really cool to get it. It was kind of weird. I didn't really think it fit with the rest of the set, but what made it worth it was that they actually combined, you know, the AR. Like, if you thought it was crazy already, they went ham on the AR effects. It literally felt like you were watching the music video all over again. Also, there was like a band version remix of it, which kicked in like halfway through, so that was really cool. Then we got Dope, and like again, it was like weird to have Dope in the set, but it was the AR that made this so incredibly special. And they had like an elevator that was riding through, and it was changing all the backgrounds. Again, you really just have to see this thing to believe it. After this, we got the No More Dream remix. This has been teased sort of a long time since On first came out, and oh my god, it was literally like final boss level shit, guys. It was crazy. Like, it was so much better than the original. I don't know, like, I love the original, but this was so much cooler, and it was a lot more cinematic, and like the choreo for this snapped so good. We also got to relive rapper JK and Jimin doing his walking kick as Jungkook called him up, so we always live in for that. We love to see it. Alright, we're almost at the very end, guys. There was an encore and a break, followed by 3 of their kind of throwback songs. So they had Butterfly, and they like all had the Map of the Soul 1 merch on, and then they did Run because HY by H Queens. And then we did have a Dynamite performance kind of to remind us of how far we've come. Then we had everyone's outros, and they were super emotional and super sad, of course, and Jimin actually cried during it, and I felt so bad because it was, I mean, it really is a reminder that, like, as cool and as crazy as all these special effects, it is spectacular. It is a wonder how far technology has come, but this is still a far cry from perfect. And I think that as a performing artist, there's nothing that, like, the virtual, it's cool, but it's gonna take away a lot of the personal effect of it, and really there's nothing you can do about it besides keeping on giving these virtual concerts at this time. And I mean, that's the sad reality of it. But yeah, Jimin cried and it was really sad. But RM gave a really good English speech, and then he kind of wrapped up everyone's things at the end. And I mean, RM, he's literally our president, guys. And then we had what you've all been waiting for, which was We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal. It was very emotional. They had, again, crazy AR stage lighting. There was like little cubes that ARMY was like floating in all over the place. I thought it was magical and spectacular, but again, there's a sense of emptiness still in it. Like, as they're on stage, like, BTS can't see any of this. Like, we can see it because, like, we can see like the AR screens after they digitally projected everything, but just knowing that, like, BTS is seeing a lot of, you know, green screens and blank walls and just TV monitors, it is kind of hollow. But I do hope that things get better. I hope the best for, you know, everyone around the world, as does BTS and ARMY. And you know, for what it was, this really was an incredible concert. It's worth the money. If you've only paid for one day, or if you haven't paid for the second day at all, definitely do yourself a favor and go watch this, guys. It's so magical. I got to wear my tour merch, so it was always nice to be able to, you know, like, wear this since you spend money on it, and then there was no concert. So yeah, guys, I think that if there's a couple phrases to sum it up, it is, it's been a while, and it is a far cry from perfect, but it is still a truly one-of-a-kind experience. BTS is bringing it, BigHit brought it, the money is there, the production's there, the skill, the talent, everything. It's, you know, almost everything you've been wanting from Map of the Soul 7, and to see it all live, it's magical, it's amazing, and I'm looking forward to the second day. I don't know if I'm gonna do another vlog like this, just because I imagine a lot of it's going to be the same, but I do know that they are switching up some of the set pieces and some of the songs, so maybe I'll come on here and do a video, but maybe I won't. Honestly, we'll just kind of see, because I'm really, like, sleep deprived right now, and the next concert is at 2 a.m. So guys, I've got a lot of sleep to catch up on. I hope you enjoyed the concert as much as I did, and again, if you haven't bought your ticket yet, definitely go do it. Thank you so much for watching. Go follow me on my socials for more of my musings. They're all linked below, and till next time.